Base defenses are the feature I've been most looking forward to in Grounded. In the Bug Strike Back update, we've been given 3 different types of base defenses, one of which is mixers. The mixers are scattered around the map, and when powered up will attract nearby enemies whose goal is to destroy them. Successfully defending the mixers will reward you with a large amount of raw science, as well as unlock a new mutation. In this video, I'm going to show you how to successfully defend the Grasslands MIXR. Before we begin, I want to thank Matthew Campbell, Stephen Van, and all my other channel members for helping make videos like this possible. Click the join button below or the link in the description to become a member today. Thanks again to all my channel members. Let's get started. So let's get started by taking a look at what the MIXR is and where it's located. This is the Grasslands MIXR. It is on the map over here in the Grasslands. It's going to be just south of the Jabicola. The red ant hill is over here, and you're going to notice that the stink bugs are over in that direction. Now, typically what ends up happening on this one is the enemies tend to come from over in the grassy area over here, mostly over here and sometimes over here. And what we're going to be using for this defense is going to be what I call it the onion build. Essentially what we're going to be doing is just building layers around here. I've already built it just to save time. Now, the first time I completed this, I did complete it without building anything. Then I played it in co-op with original Ryan, and we ended up getting it seemed to be a lot harder with 2 players. However, that was a little bit later in the public test server, so not sure if they did some fine tuning. So just to be safe here, playing solo, I'm just going to build around it just to make sure we don't take any damage. And the enemies that should be coming during this MIXR raid are going to be red ants, red worker ants, red soldier ants, and then possibly some fungal, the infected weevils, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. It changed each time I did it, so not sure if they took the infected weevils out, but it definitely should be red ants and red worker ants and red soldier ants. I don't believe there's any larvae, but essentially what we're going to do here is the things I'm going to recommend. First and foremost is put a lean-to really close to this, because most likely you're not going to have a bed at this point if you're doing this early on. Now, of course, if you progress through the game, this can be really super easy. If you build this out of mushroom walls, they're never going to break through it, but I'm going to be doing this assuming that I just started the game. So this is a fresh save. And what I did was I just ran over here and first of all, to actually power up the MIXR, you have to go talk to Burgle and do the biometric scanner inside the Oak Tree Lab. That will give you access to this and let you start it up. If you have not talked to Burgle and have not done the biometric scanner in there, this will not be available. So go do that first. So after I did that, I came over here, put down my lean-to, and what I did was I built layers around this. So I only have 2 layers. I have this main layer in here that's going all the way around it, and I would have recommended just building as close to it as possible. And then I have a second layer out here that is just shorter half walls here. I tried to make sure it was too tall just so they can't walk all over top of it. And then I built this little ledge around here just so it's easier for me to navigate. There is a ton of grass here. You could clear the grass out, but to be honest, the grass can actually be your friend because they will end up having to path around and get stuck on it. And it probably will make combat a little bit easier. And then you might also notice out here, I did put down these random walls. So from what I've experienced during raids, during the public test server for the Bug Strike Back update, and I'm assuming nothing's changed, if you just put down these random walls here, more likely than not, the first waves that come in are just going to focus on these walls, and they should hopefully attack those first. That'll give you an opportunity to come out here and just take them out before they get into the main area. And honestly, with this build, I don't expect them to get through it, although I will say that the red soldier ants, one co-op on medium, we're doing a fair amount of damage to the grass walls. For equipment, what I have is I didn't level up anything. I just crafted myself I got a pebblet spear, a pebblet axe, and a sprig bow. My focus is probably going to be just use the pebblet spear if possible. I might use the bow a little bit, but I'm kind of want to focus on the spear. The reason for that is the primary enemies here are going to be the red worker ant and the red soldier ant. They are both weak to stabbing, so either the spear or the bow will actually do well because the bow uses arrows. For armor, I'm going to be using grub armor. It is level 0. I did not level it up at all. I don't think I need to level up my armor. We'll see what happens. Perhaps I'll have to re-record this if I do fail, but I don't think I'm going to. I would recommend either using the grub armor or the acorn armor. The acorn armor could be beneficial because the bonus down here you're going to see for it, as an example here, max stamina is the bonus for the grub, but for acorn armor, it's actually plus threat generation. What that means is the enemies actually get attracted to you. So if you're playing by yourself, it might be a little rough, but if you're playing a group, it might be a little bit more useful. But what that means is the enemy should focus more on you than the objective. So you could go that route. I just want the grub route. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start it up and see what happens. Like I said, it should be pretty simple. You're gonna see at the top, we're gonna have the MIXR overdrive. That's gonna fill up. The bar on the right is going to be the health. And what's going to happen is enemies are going to get attracted in. So here we have the worker ants, and of course I've fallen already. So let's hopefully get out here. And look, as you can see, they're actually just sitting here attacking these walls out here. So we should just be able to kill them really quickly. And hopefully they don't aggro me that much. Well, they're doing a little bit of damage to me. So one of them did break. One of them did break the first wall. That's okay. So that's the first wave. Essentially, what you could do, honestly, if you built this, like I said, if you're doing this and you haven't started fresh and you have access to stem walls or mushroom walls specifically, I believe you could probably just put down the mushroom walls and they'll never break through it, because that's what I used when I did some of the other ones, and it was really... Oh, there's lawn lights on here. I forgot about the lawn lights. And here we have the soldier ants. We want to be careful of the soldier ant, because the soldier ant might do damage, do a decent amount of damage to me. So let's take out these guys first, because they're going to be annoying. All right, now we will... Oh my goodness, we are getting wrecked by the soldier ants. Let's run away and heal. I did not realize they were going to do that much damage. You might need to actually upgrade your armor for this. So we're about a third of the way over. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the bow against them. That way they're just staying over there. This guy's just attacking a wall. Honestly, I probably should have focused these guys first instead of focusing the... I don't care about this guy. Yeah, the lawn mites are not going to do that much damage, to be honest. I'm worried about this guy because I don't want him to get through. He actually got through the wall quickly there. So you can see the red soldier ants should be your primary focus. We took all those out. You could, of course, put more walls up if you really wanted to. And honestly, I don't know what... I'm not sure. One thing I did not test was what happens if you actually don't kill anything. Do more of them come? I think they do. I don't think there's like a cap. Like, I don't think you can just cheese it that way. The main thing right now is I just need to be mindful of if any soldiers come, because they're going to do a lot of damage to me. And there's another soldier. So we're going to run from the soldiers. And we're just going to pop a couple of bandages. Get our bow back out. Definitely, I would say use the bow for the soldier ants. And as you can see, for some reason, instead of just going in a beeline for the mixer... I'm not sure why they're like attacking the outside walls. So the onion build's probably going to be very useful for all the mixers. It's kind of what I used the first time I went through. And the reason for that is they're just... I don't know why, but they want to attack the structures outside instead of actually attacking the... Like what they should probably be doing is going straight in here and just attacking. But they seem to be taking out the different walls all the way around. So it doesn't look like anything's coming from this way. So basically what I'm going to be doing is looking for these guys. We do not want these guys to start going ham on our walls. The worker ants are pretty weak, so looks like the bow is probably going to be your best bet here. Yeah, the lawn mites are going to be annoying, but they're not going to really do much, I don't think. As you can see, this one's pretty straightforward. Honestly, like I said, if you have stronger walls, they're never going to get through. But look what they're doing. They're not even attacking the inner walls. They're basically just, for some reason, hyper-focused on the outside layer. These guys are just... I don't even know what that guy was attacking. He just died for some reason. Okay, got a lawn mite here. We are, what, 80% through. This is going pretty smoothly. All right, like I said, the main thing we're going to be looking for is the soldiers. That's going to be... The soldiers are going to be pretty much the only threat you're going to have. These guys are probably not going to be a threat. Their eyes are also weak, so if you hit them in the eyes, it should do a lot of damage. And as you can see, they're not doing hardly any damage to me in the level 0 gear. Honestly, if you want to be safe, just go... Maybe level up your armor to like level 2 or 3, maybe. And if you were using the grub armor, you'd even have more defense here. My perfect blocking is not 1 point today. Right, we're like 85, 90% here. And that looks like a soldier. So let's get up here, take out the soldiers. That is a lot of soldiers. Now, again, you can see what they're doing. They're targeting those outside walls for some reason instead of going straight to the inner part. And once it actually ends, they'll actually finish. I'm not even going to kill them because... They're just gonna disappear. Look, I don't know what they're doing there. Actually, it looks like leaving up the blades of grass was even better because now they're just randomly attacking blades of grass. So once it actually finishes, they're just gonna leave. So just let them go. They'll walk away. We got guard dog unlocked. So let's take a look at that real quick. So basically, after you complete one mixer, what you're gonna unlock is a guard dog. You can see I did this with no mutations, no molars. So this was pretty bare bones. I literally just loaded up this custom world, ran over to Burgle, crafted myself some level, like basically the tier 1 gear, and It was that simple. If you have mutations unlocked, it's going to be easier. If you, like I said, if you build out of other walls, it's going to be even easier. And if you upgrade your weapons and armor, it's going to be easier, but you don't really have to. So Guard Dog, basically what this does, it gives you plus attack during base defense. It has 3 phases. I don't know this for sure, but I'm guessing it's probably like 10%, 20%, and 30% extra damage. That's typically what happens when there's 3 phases. Currently, as of now, as of this update, you can only unlock the first 2 phases, and I think you have to do 1 mixer for phase 1, and then I think it's either 4 or 5 to get phase 3 or phase 2. So that means there's going to be more mixers in the future. And then in addition to that, for completing it, what you're going to see here is we're going to get this raw science. It should be 2,000. So we got 2,000 raw science. That's pretty decent that's pretty decent early game, honestly. Now, of course, if you've bought everything or you've been playing, you're continuing your save, that might not be that meaningful, but it's pretty decent early game. And as you can see, none of our very inner walls actually took damage. So what I want to do is I want to actually check my inventory. I want to see what we actually get from these to see if they actually buffed it, because in the past you were not getting any rare parts. So we're just going to collect all these parts. You're going to get tons of ant parts here too, by the way. This is probably enough to actually, if it actually gave us all the parts. Are we getting any mandibles? Main thing we're looking for is mandibles, and I don't know if mandibles are part of this. If they were, you could actually get an easy ant club out of this. But at the very least, you're getting tons of ant parts. You could make a full, probably like almost be able to make the full set of ant armor. And also you're going to get tons of mites here. So that was pretty easy. So that's basically it right there. Did we get anything? We got ourselves. So it doesn't look like they actually added any ant mandibles in there. So we got a couple ant heads. We got mostly ant parts. We got a decent amount of mite fuzz. And we got 2,000 raw science, which is not too bad for what? I don't even know how long that was. Was it maybe like 5 or 6 minutes? I'll have to go back and look to see how long it was. So that's how you beat the Grasslands mixer. What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to just do a video for each one of the mixers, because while the strategy for each one of them is going to be similar, it's not exactly the same. And I would definitely say what I want to do is I'm going to probably give you the minimum recommendations for doing them. Now, unfortunately, the one thing I wish was the case is you can't actually rerun these things. I'd love to just be able to rerun these and maybe have them be more difficult. That'd be awesome. Hopefully that happens in the future. Right now, they're one time, so that's okay. If you found this video helpful, make sure to click the like button and consider subscribing for more videos just like this. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.